My name is Avni Gala, and I'm the marketing manager here at Exclusive Networks USA. As you global distribution partner offering with this acquisition, we have 50 plus offices across 5 continents and presence in over 100 countries. Strategy for market entry and growth. And in today's webinar, we would like our reseller partners to know to So I'm going to start off with introducing our company, Exclusive Networks, followed by his presentation, Q&A, and we're going to finally do 2 raffle. Exclusive Networks, we are a value-added distributor that specializes specifically Fortinet, Gigamon, Savius, Bradford Networks, AlgoSag, Safety, include inventory. So we are one of the value-added distributor that would leasing options. We give you flexible payment methods, do sales support from initial quote to close, any marketing support like event, and any technical services from demo to deployment. So if you need an extra hand, we supply hand to the on the bio of a presenter. So Christian Postier has worked in information security since 2001, rounding out his 6th year at Fortinet. He has worked on just about everything that has nationwide, doing major implementations and upgrades for major telecom and state-run agencies. Later, he moved to the sales engineering side, focusing on helping 2 years. He has turned his focus to channel side, speaking nationwide at both Fabric to help them have less headache and easier cloud management solutions to help drive their sales. So before corporate offices and over 8,000 store locations with redundant backup mobile broadband connections and data center backbones. So that was about him, and integrations to strengthen the security fabric solution, huge changes to SD-WAN, bringing us one step closer to competitors, new subscription FortiGuard services that adds more value, including security rating, automation to quarantine compromise. When you will also learn about additional certifications and networks for API and fabric-ready partners. So without further ado, let's have Christian on the line. And
all right, thank you.
You can just hit new share, and I think it should be good.
All right, so start other screen share. Yes. All right. All right. Do this.
Yep.
All right.
Just do full screen. Yeah, there you go.
FortiOS 6.0. This is our latest platform. We have code out there. Production environments, never the smartest to throw them on there. Although 6.0, I haven't heard really anything about people having any issues. Wait till about the second or third patch before you go out and put it on a production environment. So definitely some cool features that you can play around with in your own lab testing. But it's just kind of the point on the OS. So it's not going to be supported on all the older models, but it's pretty much anything within the latest couple. Mostly all the D and the E generation, you'll see 6.0. It's not a huge the code is pretty much uniformly the exact same on all of these models. It's really just the amount of an option for feature visibility. And now remember, just turning off those features doesn't mean you're going to get more oomph. Explain it on the GUI. If you ever see anything that you're like, oh, why does my 100E show these multiple profiles? There's an option under feature visibility that allows you to turn things off and on. Why isn't this model showing it? It's probably just hidden in the GUI, and you just have to turn it on under feature visibility. So this is kind of a newer presentation here. I'm going to skip through some of the talking to each other. But some of the highlights here we're going to go through is, of course, inside. Guys, that is such a hot buzzword, but it makes sense. I mean, everything is moving to the cloud, right? And what's nice is we've always done things like application control and sending, prioritizing traffic and sending certain apps down certain calling it SD-WAN. Now, we're so far ahead of the game in the SD-WAN world, even though you so very easy. We've thrown in some new enhancements there on the SD-WAN of so really cool. We'll go over some of that here. So close look on the security fabric side. Set these off. So this can be set up in the security fabric section of the FortiOS 6.0. And once that automation happens, different actions that can happen. Stitches. Basically, stitches is an event trigger. So the wizard will kind of guide you through. You can see here some of the things that happens. A compromised host on all FortiGates that you have tied to that security fabric. Now you can have just one FortiGate in a security fabric, or you could have you can set it as all FortiGates or just particular FortiGates on certain actions. So you can see there's different actions there. That one in particular of called FortiExplorer. And you'll see two of them. You'll see FortiExplorer Lite, which is blue, and then the FortiExplorer, the red one, which is red. And basically, it pops up like just any iPhone app. Matter of fact, I'll show you here in the next slide what it looks like. But here we are. Be adding to this, but this is just some of the stuff right off the bat that's in 6.0, what it can do. So if you were to choose kind of what it looks like there. So there's a notification. It just says been infected. So it just finds this stuff, and this could be anything. This could be John Doe would happen, an interface went down. So all kinds of cool stuff you guys can set up as trigger. So there's been some security rating improvements. This is the security rating is essentially options that it can take a look at, and these can range your FortiGates are, basically is the better security rating score you will get. So we have, some of these if it's not being used, do you really need it? A lot of people put in rules. Rule just sits there, kind of leaving you open for vulnerability. So these those little holes in your firewall. So we do have some improvement by size and industry. So there's Arabic ranking score that bar. It's very easy to run. You can have it run periodically or just on the spot, and it will go and basically do an audit there on the spot. But definitely a firewall. It seems like most people don't even clean up a firewall until they get a new one, right? That's when they go in and there for years and years. Next one here. Some IOC service integration. This is cool. This is showing the compromised host a couple of screenshots here, but in the security fabric view, the physical topology, you can kind of find where they located in my network, and then you can just do an IOC score to see, okay, who has the most threats on their computers. And there's all kinds of things that can be for threats. Either they went to a and blocked, but there's a lot of cool stuff going on the IOC device. And like I was showing you before with the stitches, down and let you know via notification, and then you guys can go and fix those endpoints. Citrix, we're moving into a lot of these guys. We do have our SDN connectors. We have the API in use to where some of these other endpoints so some of those people out there like Carbon Black or the only problem is they don't have huge teams to be able to create a sandbox. So them being able to utilize our fabric connectors, our APIs, they can send stuff. Investment in Carbon Black or some other endpoint solution, so they're able to use and integrate with our fabric. So that list is throwing software partners, and that'll get you a good idea of maybe some customers that already have some. Check that out. Other new solutions, service integrations, FortiView with FortiCloud. FortiView is definitely trying to devices, but more FortiView is moved into the FortiCloud. You know, receive disinfected email, so all kinds of cool stuff there. Fabric that's pretty cool. FortiClient EMS as well, and then the wireless users also being added there to the service. So manageability. That would be for more of the clients that have multiple FortiGates. We have our FortiCloud, of course, now that's being updated now with being of course have our multi-tenancy different clients that you manage their FortiGate for because they don't have a staff for it. You can actually see those FortiGates and manage them on the FortiCloud. In the cloud, where a very large MSSP can manage quite a few different endpoints. That if you guys look at FortiDeploy, you can always look it up on the website. What that basically does is add the serial number for the FortiGate that gets shipped out in a new to a customer, and that serial number is already added to your FortiCloud account. And all they have to do is you can drop ship it right to the customer. The customer plugs in their WAN port, and it'll automatically so you see it, maybe it's been down, and they plug it in, it greens up, and now you can go in there, add your configuration that you've been waiting to put on there, and get them up and running. So you don't have to ship. And that's called FortiDeploy, so be sure to look at that. Business aware segmentation. Those devices within our search menu up top. So tagging is a pretty cool feature, allowing you to find everything. And that's not just address objects. Like I said, those are actual, you can put those on actual devices as well. And reporting. Specialized reports. So we do have some new report templates coming out with the FAS, FortiAnalyzer. Device for only Fortinet devices. But if you want to go beyond that, we do have some event management SQL database, and it's doing all these SQL queries to create these reports. So you can always edit these templates. We do have some cool new templates coming out, and of course, all of this stuff is very easily editable. So you can actually take the templates that are already there, and there is an option up top called edit it, give it a new name, put on your own logo up top, put on a custom report for editing text, editing which type of functions and editable, and lots of eye candy coming out from these new reports. So that's some cool stuff. Other things on the not just to AD anymore, but they can attach their LinkedIn, their Google, their Salesforce logins. It'll grab those pictures and that who this endpoint is. So a lot of cool stuff. And of course, this is utilizing our endpoint management software, I'll call it FortiClient. So the FortiClient endpoint is really features, and that's looking at basically just uses our IPS engine, right? We have all these application signatures that we're looking already have installed. For example, I have what was called FileZilla, which is an FTP program, and I hadn't opened it in a while, and there was an update. They call it an update, right? But what it really is a security vulnerability that they're patching. Adobe, I hate to pick on them, but they're always getting security patches almost weekly, right? So what the endpoint vulnerability scanner is doing is scanning all those and grabbing. There is a patch available. It's going to actually try to patch it itself, and if it can't, it'll let you know and let you know, okay, you need to download this Microsoft patch, whatever. 6.0 as well. All right, so here on the manageability. Destination name resolutions, global security profiles. Basically, you can have, instead of some cool new stuff coming in on the manageability as well. Now, let's find him here. All right, so SD-WAN improved. Rules, the SLA, kind of the service level agreement. Basically, it's just saying, hey, if this is great for any spotty connections that some of your clients have. All know about our FortiExtender. Our latest hardware version can actually take SIM cards directly to it, but it device that has a USB slot in it, and you can plug a pretty much every major carrier has a USB modem. Customers that may have a retail chain that has to have a connection, and maybe their connection goes down, but they still need to run credit. Great solution for and that's the FortiExtender. So the SD-WAN improvements, like I said, you're going to have those multiple all kinds of cool options on the latency, jitter, SLA rules, basically, for getting out there. Other improvements. You see kind of the criteria over here on the latency, jitter, packet loss, downstream, upstream, bandwidth, or even your own custom. Application awareness. Priority shaping. And like I said, guys, we've been doing SD-WAN for a really long time. We just called it application control, and so definitely check out the new improvements on the SD-WAN and some of the cool stuff on the 6.0. DSCP support, now granted that's being thrown in there to the SD-WAN, but certainly any of those clients that have MPLS networks, we can retag that traffic on the DHCP. If it's just 001100 needs to be retagged, we can throw those little heavy or audio conferencing rules that you guys need to tag in. Like VPN, I think they're calling it. Really cool. The FortiGate to FortiGate to set up. The Wizard is awesome. A lot of people, when they hear Wizard, they're like, I don't know about that. But the Wizard is pretty cool. You basically just say, hey, it's a FortiGate. Give it a name. Once you give that VPN a name, – internal interface, the internal network and the external network. Just put in the subnet. And then when you hit finish, it builds the policy, it builds the routes, it builds the address option. Did I put a route in there? I can't remember, you know, and while you're sitting there trying to troubleshoot, why the heck isn't this coming up? And of course, we have all the cool a real pain in the butt, just because one little setting like a timer is different. Help, and it'll give you the cool tools to show you in real time. It'll say, you know, hey, there is a phase 2 key mismatch or something. Hardware that you're trying to connect a VPN to, because their defaults aren't always the same as our defaults, just like every other vendor. But we have the tools that show you what's going on. So the one-click VPN basically allows you with the hub and spoke VPN those up. Some other things let's put on here on the VPN. They are throwing some IPv6 enhancements in there. Check out those as well. I know everyone's been saying we're moving to IPv6, but I haven't seen that really come along. Well, faster MS response times, some lower numbers. We've definitely loaded up IPv6 in our options, and don't be afraid to use it. Closer look at the we do have this virus outbreak lookup. Guys, we do have some new tier on the UTM, but they have added some cool stuff to the enterprise bundle. You know, first we just had the hardware, and then the UTM, and then the enterprise. The enterprise was really just covering sandbox. Much faster sampling. A lot of people have been utilizing the enterprise, so we are upping our FortiCloud sandboxing. This slide kind of goes over the bundle here. So it does include now this virus out. Enterprise bundle, when you guys are showing off different in the enterprise. Now, most people love the enterprise and love this sandboxing, so definitely look at throwing that over, because as part with the last quarter, you do get the 15% on these renewals. So huge for you guys. And I definitely recommend you guys go through that NSC training, get that NSC knocked out, move up to your partner level. If you're authorized, you know, they're going to be going and doing an audit. So anyone that's silver, I don't want to see you get knocked down to authorize. Gold and platinum, and that's going to be a requirement on the NSE training. So well, they're kind of little cartoon, you know, funny little features, but it remembers where you are, so you can log out, log back in. It has little check marks once you finish those. The other features we are doing in the 6.0 now. Other than that, you know, as partners, this is kind of stuff that you guys need to be taking advantage of. Is definitely that CTAP program. Get in there and do is huge. So any deal you guys have over 5,000, be sure to go to the partner portal, click on deal register. Available for any partner, so no one can come and lowball you under a deal, and just make sure you got. But that's about it for me today. I appreciate you guys jumping in on the call. Let's take a look at any questions.
So, one question. Can you?
Perfect. Yeah, Josh. On that question, the partner portal is your guys' just go to the training link up top, and it sends you over to, I mean, I'd say partner portal is a jumping stone, but it just takes network security experts. And we have NSE 1 through 8. Now, 1 through 3 is on more, and above is going to be more on the technical side. So you'll have to go to like a Pearson VUE testing center to get your NSE 4. But all this training material portal, and of course you can go with Avani or myself to any you can get with exclusive. They'll help you make sure you can get logged in, that you have a associated to your account. That way, any of their training that they do, you guys are getting credit for. We do want to make sure the training. Be sure to leave there. Yeah, no problem. Thanks, Josh. Q&A there. And I know email us. Exclusive is great at being able to, you know, they have their own sales engineers. Being able to help price quote out any you can see here. I'll let her go ahead and talk about doing any of the partner stuff.
Yeah. Showing map. So if you have any questions or concerns, then you may directly reach your and we will be more than happy to answer those for you. Also, I would like to show you our website. Old banner on our website. When you click on here, it will take you to the have access to all of the Fortinet solutions on one page. So it is the information. So that is it. And now we're going to do a raffle drawing for 2 people to win $25 Amazon gift. Okay, pretty slow. Okay, John Bingham and David, congratulations on winning the $25 Amazon gift card. Taking your time out to present, and we will see you guys, and thank you for partners attending today, and we will see you guys again on May 23rd with Fortinet. Thank you, everyone.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you.